ready to back up under the trailer, back up until you feel it touch. If you don't feel it touch, then you get out and check your clearance. And it should go up under there right quick. And I'll show you in just a second what to check for. Alright, we're going to back up under until we hear it latch. Tug test on it. Now we're going to get out and visually inspect it. Alrighty, our pull handle is all the way in and in the lock position, and you don't see any air space, any gap, any daylight between the fifth wheel and the skid plate. My flashlight quit. That's why I said in previous videos, keep extra flashlights. Alright. Shine the flashlight right in the middle. You can see the kingpin. And you can see that locking jaw. Make sure it's latched all the way around it. Don't ever just trust a tug test. Alright, we hooked up the airlines. I checked glad hand seals on both sides. Both are in good condition. Make sure electrical line's in tight. Make sure this little piece is of that catch right there. We've turned on the reefer. Now, menu, pre-trip, equal sign. Now it's going to start a pre-trip. By the time we get done walking around, should be almost done. On the trailer, we're looking at the frame rail. Make sure there's no damages, no cracks. Previous repairs are okay. We'll check all of our cross members all the way across. Nothing cracked, bent, or broken. Nothing missing. All the way down the entire length of the trailer. Fuel level right at full. Good. Side of the trailer. We'll look for any damages, any punctures, any missing rivets. Make sure our lights are clean and working. Tires in the back, major grooves, no less than 2/32 seconds. No abrasions, bulges, or cuts. Wheels, no unauthorized welds, cracks, damages. All your lug nuts are in place, none are missing. No rust trails. No white powder residue. Make sure they're tight. Check the little air lines, make sure there's no air leaking. Hub seal. Make sure all your bolts are in. It's not leaking. There's your slide rail. Make sure it's not cracked, bent, or broken. Make sure all 4 of your pins are engaged when you have it set. Airbags. No abrasions, bulges, or cuts. Properly mounted, secure at both ends. This one has disc brakes, so unlike the drums, it's a little hard to see. your air lines, no abrasions, bulges, or cuts. They're not hanging, nothing's dragging the ground. A little hard to see in here. Make sure your brake material's not worn dangerously thin. Make sure the rotor is in good shape. It's not cracked. There's no oil. There's no debris. I'm also getting ready to go while we're doing this, so there's not enough air in it. Check your mud flaps. Make sure they're properly mounted and secure, not missing. License plate, tag light, make sure it's working. ABS light, I'll make sure it comes on and goes off. Marker lights. Make sure all your chains are in place. Check your door seals, your door hinges. Nothing cracked, bent, or broken. Both sides of the trailer. Make sure your lights are working up top. Yes. Yay, it's clean. Pretty. Same thing this side. We're checking the wheels. Let's see if I can see a slack adjuster back here. Can't see the slack adjusters, but they are under there in front of the brake canister. All of our pins are in place. We have a spare tire. The rail and skin looks good. No missing rivets, no cracks. Lights. So make sure your clearance lights all the way up the top are functional. And walk around the doggy. Old dog purring like a kitten. Handle properly bound and secure, no missing components. It's not cracked, bent, or broken. Legs, sand feet, properly mounted and secure, not cracked, bent, or broken. Both are present. And I believe that is it on the trailer. Yeah, I'll holler at you when this pre-trip gets done on the unit here. Yep, trailer passed through pre-trip, and I will do that on another video for the whole thing. So on the pre-trip side of the IntelliSense, and I'll go through the IntelliSense on the older ones. I'll try to make a video on a newer trailer when I get one. I usually don't keep them long. Every time I get a new trailer, I wind up dropping it. But this one's a 23, so it's not too bad. So I'll holler at you on the next one. Well, while the dog was doing regen, I think I missed a couple things here. Like I said, it's been a long time since I've trained. My eye just notices crap that I forget to mention. You also want to make sure your cross members between your legs are not cracked, bent, or broken. All the bolts are there, no damage. Make sure your little bar up here for your handle is intact, not cracked, bent, or broken. This little bolt right here, that's why I carry spare bolts and nuts, because sometimes this will come out and only one leg will go up. So you can actually rotate this back into the sink, put a little bolt back in there, and you can fix it yourself, and you don't need to worry about hollering for RA and road assist to come out. Fuel tank, it's got a little bit of moisture up there, but that's normal. But you also want to make sure there's no fuel leaking. Make sure your straps are properly mounted and secure. Nothing's cracked, bent, or broken, not leaking. I did for these right here. The reason I didn't mention field to factory specs is because the trailer does it for you. You've got a unit on the front of your trailer that lets you know if your tires are low. So if it lights up blue, then you know they're low. The other thing is, I got to thinking, the disc brakes may not actually have a slack adjuster. I'm used to pulling everything with drum brakes, so I didn't want to mislead anybody. I'm not perfect at these videos, but I am trying. Hopefully there's some good information to come out of it. It can be useful. And of course, all your components here for your suspension, nothing cracked, bent, or broken. All secure. These for sure. It don't take much for that slide rail to hop above that, and then you got trouble. I've actually had that happen. I had to take one of those loose and take a sledgehammer and slap it back down. So that was way early in my career. So yeah, I'm not perfect either. But always make sure all four of your pins are fully extended and in a lock position. Make sure your mud flaps are not dragging her ground. I forgot how many inches is on the pre-trip that they're supposed to be. And also down here, make sure your air lines are suspended with the springs. None of those are missing. They're high up off the ground enough. They're not going to drag. They're not going to catch on anything. So you always want to check those as well. Try to make sure I don't miss anything for you guys. ICC bumper. Well, I'm showing my age. DOT bumper. Properly mounted, secure, not cracked, bent, or broken. There's a little step. Same with that. Properly mounted, secure, not cracked, bent, or broken. Make sure it latches properly. None of that's cracked, bent, or broken. I want to check it from the top and the bottom. Make sure it latches correctly. Make sure your little hooks are present for your door chains. Don't need the doors flying around, slapping into something. That's just too much paperwork on something that can be prevented. So I always keep a little bit of baling wire in my side box in case I have to make a loop temporarily until I can get through a yard and get those little hooks replaced, because they do break. Of course, you want to check your reflective material all the way down. Make sure it's present and attached. Your reflective material on the back of the trailer. And I think I covered everything almost. Make sure it's had its inspection, make sure it's current. A lot of your information is in the app now, but this is where all the paperwork for the trailer will go, the registration, inside this little tube. You always want to check, make sure all the proper paperwork for your trailer is in this little tube. Some of the DOT is old school like me. They still like looking at paper, something they can hold instead of something on an app. I cannot remember if it's part of the pre-trip, but your placard holders, make sure they're not hanging off, make sure they're properly mounted and secure, not missing. I know, guys, I'm talking in circles. I'm trying to remember everything. Sitting here for this load for 2 days, and it canceled. And the other place is 150 miles away, and they quit loading at 3. So we sit another day. The joys of driving a truck. Something else I forgot to mention on the trailer. Also looking for damage on the skid plate. Not cracked, not damaged. So you want to check the skid plate for any damages. And when I was showing you the kingpin, you also want to check the kingpin itself for any damages. Make sure it's not cracked, bent, damaged and stuff. That way locking jaws will go around it like it's supposed to. I always proofread my videos or watch them, so then I catch my mistakes. When I said the trailer airs it up and keeps it at spec, that is true, but I've noticed we got these new little additions on our line, so we can actually check it with an air gauge and make sure it's filled to factory specs. Well, hopefully y'all found that informative. If I missed anything, just let me know in the comments and stuff. So, I appreciate y'all watching. Hopefully these videos are helping. Especially the new ones that decided to get into this and kind of see what the lifestyle is. Kind of help you prepare for some of your tests, going to prime, or it's pretty much basic for anywhere you go. So, like I say, it's just things I check on a daily. Like I said, I haven't trained the students in 2018, so I don't know what is all still on the pre-trip checklist, or what they've changed, or anything like that. Just by going by what I do on a daily. So, that said, always have safe travels, always pay attention, always be aware of your surroundings, be safe out there, watch out for idiots, because they are abundant. And just like me sitting here for 2 days, waiting on a load, don't let it stress you out. It's part of the game. Prime's good about taking care of you on situations like that, as far as compensation goes. So try not to stress out over everything. Don't stress out over one single load, what it's paying, or not paying, or how far you got a dead head. It'll all work out in the end. It always does. Prime has weathered many storms, and I trust him. So, trust the process. Am I frustrated? Yeah. I got a few videos made, put up, truck organized. So, like I say, that said, I appreciate everybody watching. I appreciate like, subscribe, comment below. Let me know how I'm doing. What you would like to see. Any specific topics. Like I say, I'm new at this. You know, I started this channel 6 months ago, but only really started throwing videos out in the last 30 days. So, like I say, I'm new at it. I'm learning, and y'all be safe out there. And we'll holler at you on the next one. Whiskers out.